Hello, I'm back around. My name's Beast, and today we're back with a Maiden Serenade. I forgot to mention yesterday, considering I should have mentioned yesterday's going to be the video that's going to be uploaded tonight. But yeah, by the time the last part is up, I'm officially going to be older again. 26 to be precise, since tomorrow's birthday. Saturday, that is. Which does, I should probably point out that I'm not sure if I will record on Saturday because, well, going for sushi because I get to treat myself for my birthday. Anyways. Yeah. Was there something else I wanted to say? Oh yeah, my hand hurts. Like, we have a bunch of fucking... like, a bunch of stone tiles in our fucking garden. Like, fucking... things like these fucking types of things that my mom wanted to use to build like a small garden wall in our garden, and so of course it came to me to split them in half, which, oh boy, not nice. Yeah, my hand hurts now. It's cramping. Anyways. Probably didn't help my general exhaustion was also the fact that it was very sunny and hot and I was wearing a black t-shirt. Yeah, not the smartest ideas, I have to say. Anyways.
あれ、勢いよく話し始めた割に語尾で迷子になっちゃった。
Do you really have to do this here at my house?
うん。エアコン最高。
What happened to that chamber you're so proud of? Let's make it clear. Chamber refers to the literary club room that's been taken over by the swim club.
今回はいいんじゃないかな。席を長時間占有しようというわけではないし、お客なんだから。あ、たこ焼き一船追加いいかな。はい、
かしこまりました。
These two have already made themselves at home.
とりあえず話をしたいから塩音ちゃんには戻ってきてほしいんだけど。
Shione?
わかりました。
She pitter-patters back to our table and sits down next to me.
まあいいけど。
Don't act so displeased. What's the matter? The end of semester ceremony is over, and so is school. I do like that in Shione moving here, the main character has just gained a small pet chihuahua. Now, sweet members of the swimming club have dutifully gathered here at Mermaid. Didn't we already talk about our plans for summer just the other day?
こういうのは最初が肝心なの。言うでしょ？終わり良ければ全てよしって。
Yeah, I've heard that before, but why did you suddenly develop a split personality after the first sentence?
人格分裂？中国、貴様確かに今人格分裂と口はしたな。
Of course not, I says no such thing.
おがらかにわわわをいなそうとするな。
The cringe mind seeks sustenance, it seems. Terms like split personality must be like a treat to her.
最初が肝心というのは勢いが大事だということかな。
Excuse me, Miss Matsuri, how long do you intend on consuming those octopus balls?
やっぱりここはどんぐり拾いとか？
Where the heck did that come from?
気がついたら秋。
手のひらのどんぐりと一緒に過ぎ去った夏をギュッと抱きしめるのってみたいな。
Are you going to keep that joke alive until fall?
賛成した人は漏れなく私が気をしっかり持ってって説得してあげる。
You know what? Just go find a hospital on the internet to check into it. Save you lots of tons of time.
みやびちゃん、夏休みに入ったのがよっぽど嬉しいんだよ。
What a big heart you've got there, Mizuka. Respect is given where respect is due, and sympathizing with Miyabi isn't a feat the common man can manage.
中木、貴様をどんぐり台にしてやろうか。
I know you're sulky, but don't make it sound so scary. What'd she even mean by a big fine acorn? Genius, I'm exhausted just trying to keep up with you people. My noggin drips down powderlessly, barely hanging on my neck.
ねえ匠、私たちは今このメトロポリスで何ができるんだろう。
とりあえず可能性を信じて思いついたことから提案してみたらどうだろう。私はすすり餅かな。
I don't have energy left for exasperation.
匠さん、泣かないでたくん。
I brought the mood down all of a sudden.
たくみ、そこで暇そうにしてるなら手伝ってよ。
Can't you be more considerate of your son, who is at this very moment overcome with grief? Mom makes her appearance from the kitchen. Now summer's arrived, mermaids bustling with customers. Even though we made preparation for the surge, the next pair of hands could never hurt. Dabs every year, let out a sigh and stand up from a seat defeatedly. Nah, I'm good. That's what I told you to hire more people, remember? Throw myself back in the chair.
たくみ、最近冷たい。
Cold to you, as how I always am.
しおねちゃんが自分に気を使ってくれてるなら平気ですって言ってたわよ。
What? So Mom knows about you and his family. Mom notices my doubtful expression and proceeds to reply with a wink. What's that supposed to mean? She when it cuts
もしかしたら私とお母さんのことに気を使ってそういう風に。
No, not really. To be honest, it had been on my mind. Didn't want to remind Shione of her strange relationship with her mother by being so intimate with Mom.
だとしたら大丈夫ですから。たくみさんがそうされる方が悲しいですし、でもありがとうございますね。
Jeez, what am I supposed to say? Being read so thoroughly like that makes me feel incredibly embarrassed. Oh well, Shione seems to have the wrong idea, so I guess I'll help out today. As if to run away from the awkwardness, I've sacked myself up for a bit of work.
まあでも匠に頼んでも急場しのぎになっちゃうわよね。ちょうどいっか。あなたたちの中で誰かうちでアルバイトしない？はい？アルバイト？
私たちが。
イサナさん、私たちの立場は？お役ごめん？あっさりだー！いや、まあ冗談。ただお手伝いじゃなくて正式に頼もうかなって。でもそうするとほら、自由と不自由の枠がちょっと変わってきそうじゃない？だから無理強いはしない感じでね。バイト代は色つけるけど、とりあえずやってくれる気がある子はすぐにでも面接。確かにお気楽じゃなくなっちゃうのはな。これ以上お金をいただくわけには。人間の駒遣いなど。
面接は面白そうだけどね。
やーん、前からマーメイドの可愛い制服着てみたいって思ってたのよね。チャレンジしてみよっかな。ねえ匠、どう思う？
That's great and all, but I'm just disappointed in how you're the only one showing any proper interest. Unfortunate
と
indeed.
はいえ、私一人ってのも寂しいし。
That's an evil grin you've got going there.
たきゅみ。
But hey, don't jump at me like
お
that.
店忙しいだろうけど、二人で頑張ろうね。夏休み中。たーくんと二人で夏休み中。イサナさん、私やろうかな。私も。はい、みーちゃんとしおねちゃんね。イサナさん、まかないでご飯って出してもらえますよね。たこ焼きとか。
ちょうど何事も経験だと思っていたところなんだ。
まつりちゃん追加。かりんちゃんは？わ嫌じゃぞ。せせこましく動くのなぞ性に合わぬ。
Okay, I'm gonna ask what you think
その
honestly.
夏こそショップやイベントに行ってみたいので日本円は欲しいところだがな。だが賃金はどうせ夏休み終了間際になるであろう。
日払い週払いでもいいけど。
これも試練か。
で私もお願いします。
はい。かりんちゃん、みやびちゃんも追加で結局全員ね。
You're really something, Miyabi.
でしょ。
Just so you know, this isn't praise.
それじゃあ早速面接を始めてもいいんだけど、これで全員？
What do you
ほ
mean?
ら、みんな同じ部活のメンバーなんでしょ？だったら他の子にも聞いた方がいいかと思って。
まだ白里先輩がいるね。
そういえば白里先輩は
Busy with the real club? What else? Some competitions coming up
一
soon.
応聞いてみた方がいいよね。
She's gonna like it though. Oh no, she's gonna fucking jump.
ママも別に良いな。
君のは個人的な感想だよね。
っていうか、部活って白里先輩は本当にそんなに部活をやってるのかしら。
Wow, you're suspicious about that?
ついでだから見に行かない？
Nah, I'm fine.
あらかりんだけじゃないみたいね。どうしてあなたたちがそうよね。あなたたちがいるんだからあなたもいるわよね。
Sorry for showing up out of nowhere. I didn't consent to it, but alas, the majority rules.
まあ特に構いませんけど。
She praises herself strong as if trying to be less exposed in her skin type. So
先輩お一人ですか？
練習はもう終わりました。私ももう上がろうとこのプールの戸締まりを確認していたところです。後輩に任せればいいのですけど、どうも自分でやらないと気になって。性分かしら。大会が近いとお聞きしましたが。ええ、もうすぐですから今は追い込みの時期ですね。特に私たち3年はこれで引退ですから。それが何か？
お姉ちゃん明日って時間ある？
明日も部活ですね。ただ用事があるのなら多少都合しますけど。
みんなでマーメイドのアルバイトをやろうかなって。明日面接になったんですけど先輩もどうですか？
マーメイドって、ごめんなさい。そういうことならいけません。大会前で練習があるのに部長の私がそんなことできません。それに大会が終わったら今度は受験生ですから、よっぽどの理由がないと無理です。
そりゃそっか。
妥当な理由だね。
Well, I suppose that's just how it is. A new day comes and the interview approaches.
では、まずは面接官の皆さん、お願いします。
お願いします。
Music has been working here forever, so I can sort of understand. But why Miyabi?
私ならきっとみんなのポテンシャルを引き出すお手伝いができると思うの。
で、みやびちゃんが直訴してきたから。
In that case, can I quit? Can't be any more certain this interview is gonna crash and burn.
匠は最近母さんに冷たくしてた分そばにいなさい。
What could you possibly be referring to? Come on, it's just being selfish.
まあまあ。
Don't forget that you're the root of all evil, Miyabi.
でもほら、水川はともかく他の子たちは知らないことが多いんだから、ちょうどいい機会だと思うんだけど。
There's no need to rush on how well we know each other.
そう？
というわけで、左の方から順に自己紹介をお願いします。
わわわは闇の眷属。世界のうつろなる色。9つの夜の王。スイカ。
ほら、最初から新情報。
Nah, that's old news and not something I'd ever want to hear again.
何をのたまうか重木。
こちらの世界の名前でお願いします。
わ、またも新情報。もしかしてイサナさん、造形深いんじゃない？
The more I listen, the more miserable I feel.
うん。
Baseball.
かりそめの名は白里かりん。
次の方？
森谷水香です。
元巣は祭りです。
片貝塩根です。
So, what's next?
とりあえず思いついたことでも聞いてみれば？
I don't think anything good has ever come out of that.
例えば祭りちゃんなんかいつも難しそうなこと考えてそうだけど。
That's
では元諏訪さん、 今考えていることを口に出してみてもらえますか？答えられる範囲ならばで結構です。
構わないとも。いや、大丈夫です。フルコンボだドン。
See, this is all nonsense.
じゃあ片貝さん、もしこの七里くんが怪我をしていたらあなたはどうしますか？
You're asking random questions again.
心配してよかったら手当てさせてもらうと思います。
では続けて守谷さん、七里くんが怪我をしてかさぶたを作っていました。
私も
七里くんのかさぶたのモノマネをしてください。
Come on, now I think we're done here.
じゃ、気が済んだら全員採用ということで。
気が済んだらって
最初からそんな条件ではあったけどね。
どっと疲れたわ。
Seriously, what was the point of all that? By the way, I'm ignoring the Abby who's making that mission complete face. Guess we should have the girls try out the uniform later, so it won't have felt like a total waste of time coming here. Oh well, at least we got something done.
ということは昨日言ってたこの夏最初にやることって
もしかしてこれかな。
なんちゃと
Did you mean his interview? After all that talk about starting strong and whatnot, this could have been what she was thinking. Can it?
いやいや、それはさすがにないっしょ。
だよね
さすがにそれはどうかと思うね。
Apparently everyone including me refused to accept this event as the memorable start of a glorious summer break.
よし、じゃあ面接も無事済んで採用されたことだ。
させないわよ。だって採用したんだもの。このまま実践で実習だからね。
So we're going to do that.
そうそう。
何母子だけで分かり合っとるのじゃ。私としおねちゃんの経験者組も
再確認&トレーナーとして実習に招聘します。
Well, I suppose you have a point there. We're officially employees now. Gotta try to do the job
み
properly.
んな頑張ってね。
That means you too.
ですよね。
In the end, the first event of our glorious summer break turns out to be job training.
はい、お待たせしました。メロンパフェに焼きそば、それに杏仁豆腐とプリンアラモードですね。
ラーメンがお一つとしらす丼がお一つ以上でよろしいですか？まつりちゃん、かき氷のブルーハワイとイチゴと宇治金時ってオーダー通ってる？
ああ、問題ない。2分ほど待ってくれないか。
Everyone seems to be going for the light menu today. All the new hires have a good idea what the job entails, and they're doing pretty well. Actually, almost too well for a short hour of training.
何も知らず馬車馬のごとく働いておるわ。これが最悪の前触れになるとも知らず。
Except for one. Have you got nothing to do, Karen?
今はその時ではないのだ。
木が熟すのを待て。さすれば秘宝は自らその姿を現し。
Usual quirk is in full swing as always, but I can tell that she's just trying to act tough. She's even pronouncing the great right. I suppose only superhumans like Smutsy and Miyabi can manage to do well on their first day. It doesn't hurt to give Master Cuttin over here some attention for the time being.
重木、そろそろ時間ではないか。
For what? Quickly glance at the clock. Yeah, I think we can go for it.
心得た。
Hey, Mizuka.
何たくん。
Turn to the most experienced staff member. Kata and I have got something to do, so we'll be heading out in a bit. Can you relay that to everyone? I'll talk to Mom myself.
いいけど、何の用事なの？
Just something. Unable to find the right answer, I should cut
そ
a look.
それはだな。去る下級な大事であり、これを果たさぬことには人類にとって甚大な被害を及ぼす最悪になる用事なのだ。
Say delivery.
そうな
Grabs
の？
the journal.
ゆえに誰にもその真実を言うことはできない。だから、あとは頼んだぞ。
Before Kata finishes the sentence, she takes my hand and pulls me forward. Oh, hold on! Hey!
かりんちゃん、ねえ、どこに行くの？
Couldn't you have come up with an excuse that wasn't so lame?
うるさい、元はと
といえば貴様がちゃんと言い訳を用意していればよかったのだ。
Karen's all pouty now. You should have told the truth.
何を言っておる。成績が悪いことを知られた上、報酬まで食らったなど、そんな格好の悪いこと皆に言えるわけがなかろう。
You're overthinking it. Can't expect that this, but test results are so bad that he's required to take supplementary classes during summer break. After the group study session the other day, she urgently requested me to be her tutor.
皆には絶対に言ってはならんぞ。約束だからな。
Especially mandated secret. She must be quite embarrassed. Fine, I got it. So concentrate on the studying. Let's start with question 7.
答えを教えてもいいのじゃぞ。
No way, I'm only teaching you how to solve them.
滅びの残魔庫をフルコースで食らいたいとは高貴なものよ。
Let me put it this way. Master Karen, have you noticed how you've been bestowed your first ever supplementary class at pretty much the same time that you joined our club? They're obviously unrelated, but the powers that be are likely to find causality between the two. Needless to say, I'm very much not like to see that happen. The humble servant is eager to help with your studies, Master Karen. But if my service is truly unneeded, please go ahead and give me your full-powered demon, whatever it is, ray of yours.
よくない。長く生きよ。これは命令じゃ。
Thank you very much. In that case, dear Master, please proceed to question 7. After about an hour of trying to teach my master, who has apparently put some points in her dignity as thoroughly as possible.
なんとかがなんとかで、これが。
Seems to finally awaken to the joy of solving problems and is studying voluntarily. That had a long sigh of relief in my heart. I expected she's not slow or anything. Just a little pitiful in some aspects. It has something to do with the inferiority complex she has towards her sister. It means if someone manages to change her attitude and find the right motivation, she could be just like Shirasato. Look up the classroom's clock. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I guess I can still make it in time.
どうしたのじゃ？
The monologue seems to have caught her attention. How many questions do you have left? Karen starts flipping through her
あと
printout.
10問残っておる。
Let's see, it's gonna take some more time. Stand up from my chair. I'm going out for a bit. You already know the formula to finish the rest of them, so try to do them by yourself.
どこへ行くのだ？
I have an appointment in the demon world.
そんなコンビニ感覚で。
In a way, I'll come back, so be a good girl and focus on your studies, okay? Kind of jerks around, starts jerking your desk around a bit.
嫌だ！ここに残ってわわの世話をせよ！
Don't forget your own character traits now. You're supposed to be a generous master who's willing to listen to their certain selfish requests, aren't you?
設定とか言うでないわ！
Okay, okay. Try to solve the question without destroying the earth, okay? I do feel sorry for Cotton, but I can't exactly take her to where I'm going. She was seriously upset the last time I carelessly compared her to her sister. Even the might of familiar darkness is just as powerful as I am against her closest blood tie. Well then, one of the Demon Lord has made her descent. Her schedule's the same as last time. Club activities should have finished before noon. Studying her character. She said something about doing final checks last time, didn't she? Oh yes. Because I thought she's training alone in the pool. From the fact that no one's around to keep an eye on her, she's doing it voluntarily. Who's take things so seriously? Without cutting any corners, she just repeats every single set with full attention. Under the blazing sunlight, the water she kicks up makes it look like her whole body is emanating radiance. It's just pure luck, but I managed to win against her once. But I did manage to win against her once, didn't I? On that day. Shirasato herself brought up a swimming showdown between the swimming club and the swim team. She had technique and strength that far outweighed any difference in gender, so victory was pretty much assured. But even then, our side managed to prevail. I also would have swam for the swimming club. Since that day, she's become strangely gone whenever I'm around. We'll be able to talk like before someday. Despite the grudge between our clubs, Shirasato and I could talk to each other pretty casually before. But ever since the day of the showdown, there's this unexplainable awkwardness that keeps pushing us apart.
あれ？あなた。
Whoa! Senpai. My occupied mind fails to recognize that she's already climbed to the poolside. Seems he caught me looking at her. Me and unwanted
この
presence.
前に引き続きどうしましたの？
She must have her suspicions as she apprehensively walks towards the entrance where I'm standing. Judging from her expression, I'm not welcome here, am I? Although, I was deliberately training alone to keep anyone else from knowing, so to keep up a front when your secret's been witnessed by someone you resent. And it's not the first time either. She must be thinking I've come to make fun of her. Why? No reason particular. I thought they might still be here, so I just came to check.
私を？あなたが？
I did. She stares at me with a doubtful expression. Just like last time when we talked about Cotton, I can't help being aware of the distance between us. Looks like it's high time for me to make my retreat. Then, yeah, that's all I came in for. Sorry for wasting your time. See ya. Bow and turn around, ready to leave. She raised her voice and stops me in my tracks.
呼び止めてごめんなさい。
Her attitude is clearly different from before. There's a hint of anxiety in
一
her
つ
voice.
お礼を言わなきゃと思って。
You want to thank me?
あの時にもらったあなたからのアドバイス、今でもちゃんと覚えてるんですのよ。覚えていらっしゃらないかしら。ここで対決した時言ってくれたでしょ？
Ah, that's enough for me to recall.
何ですか？今さら対決をやめようなんて、もう後戻りは聞きませんのよ。
Of course not. It's just that your body freezes for a moment when after you dive.
なぜそれを？
You aren't hugging your head properly with your arms, making your chin stick out too much. You think that interferes with your entry. You can fix it somehow.
そんな遊泳部のあなたに教えていただくようなことじゃありませんわ。早く始めますわよ。
Yeah.
で、蓋を開けてみれば、あなたの言う通り、スタートで鈍った私は最初のリードを覆せず、あなたに負けた。
Well, just coincidence. I have to apologize to you because saying something like that right before a match isn't fair at all. My words might have made her overly conscious and unable to perform her best. Intentionally or not, it doesn't change the fact that I attacked her psychologically. An unended move that I'm still ashamed about.
いえ、いいんです。あなたのあのアドバイスは、まさしく私の弱点そのものでしたから。
Seems a bit embarrassed as she starts talking about a part of herself that she considers inferior. It's hard to imagine that the fragile girl in front of me right now is the same person as the perfectionist I've come to know so well. I think the guild's starting to kick in again. Last time I saw her like this was on the day of the showdown. She probably started avoiding me because I pushed the buttons. The person who points out a weakness tends to become part of that weakness
やっ
itself.
と最近、克服できましたのよ。
Huh?
飛び込みの姿勢です。アドバイス通り、着水時のポーズを作って、顎を引いて、今ならもう負けませんわよ。もっとも、もう遅い話ですけどね。
I have to agree, there's no one can win against you now. It's not just flattery, I truly believe
でも
so.
それはあなたとの対決があったから。だから一度ちゃんとお礼が言いたかったんです。
She bows with a swift motion resembling that of a child, just like I did a moment
あ
ago.
りがとう。
Yeah, you're welcome. I didn't expect this to happen, but it looks like the hard feelings between us have dwindled down a little. I'm not sure. Well, I'm sure this is just the beginning. Time has passed and the broken parts are starting to heal. You don't have to thank me. To tell the truth, I have a favor to
お
ask
願
you.
い？
Yes, I'm sorry for being so insistent, but could you reconsider working at Mermaid? When I have another chance to talk with you properly, I'm hoping that if you work with us, I'll have more opportunities to do so. Chances like these are hard to come by. Call me greedy, but I don't want to let it slip through my fingers. You can take the interview at any time, so please stop by if you feel like it. Well then, see ya.
遅いわ。一体どこへ行っておったのじゃ。
Sorry, but it took a bit of time to negotiate with the demon.
戻
Lord.
ってくるまでに人類が4回は滅亡したぞ。
Maybe we can actually outlive the cockroaches with that level of resilience, huh? Are you done with the math problems? Barely raised a note.
言うまでもないわ。この完全無欠に彩られた数一の問題集を見。
Your answer to question 9 is wrong.
やだ嘘。ちゃんと見直したはずなのに。
With a drastic change in her voice, she frantically looks down at her work. Sorry, I'm just kidding. You did well. All the answers are correct. It's getting late already. Let's go home.
わわわわわわわわ貴様
I walk home with Cotton. She keeps grumbling, seemingly embarrassed even now for having fallen for my little prank. Come on, let it go already. A little humor makes everyday life a tiny bit brighter.
そのウィットのせいでわーわーがどれだけ困惑したかわか
Hey, master, please have mercy. A humble servant begs for your
許
forgiveness.
さんわ途中で抜けて一人にするしむしろそっちの方が不満よ
Oh, whoops, I forgot to fucking do that again, right? I'm pretty sure I set it to where it's not supposed to do that while I'm in game, but apparently it's just not doing that. Show notification toast when I'm not in game. Bitch, I am currently in a game. What was that?
なんでも
It's all steamed up and starts walking a half step ahead of me.
しかしさっきは魔王と話をとか言っておったが教師と何かしらの交渉でもしておったのか
Nah, guess you could say I was doing some redemption recruitment.
なんじゃその二つは
I bet. Watch the sun set beyond the mountain range. Told you to stop to everything I wanted to, and then I was foolish to expect our relationship to improve right away, but at least there's a possibility, right? Probably.
というわけで我が遊泳部は夏休みに入っていい加減何をやるべきでしょうか。
まだ迷子だったんだね。
Why is that one here anyway? I mean, this place will open up whether they're here or not, but apparently as long as I decide on a fixed schedule, there's no risk of being called to work unexpectedly. Mom's being really considerate here.
エア君最高至高
How long are you going to keep doing that?
別にいいんじゃないかな。飛行に走ってるわけでもないし。あ、たこ焼き3船追加いいか。
Isn't this new habit of yours a bit out of control?
たこ焼きですね。
はい、かしこまりました。
The body twists around and reflex to a familiar voice. And there she is. Senpai.
こんにちは。
She has not to blushes, but she firmly greets me in return. The other members are petrified in shock as well. Why?
普通にバイト募集に応募してきて受かったの。
Mom asks as if it's the most obvious thing in the world.
お姉ちゃんが
でも確かよっぽどなことがないとアルバイトはって。
ですから、
Then why?
よっぽどのことがあったんです。
たくみさん。たくん。
Well, I don't think there's anything that important to her here, though. That's good then.
別に勘違いしないでください。受験料くらい自分で用意しようと考えたまでです。
Satisfied?
赤い顔でちょっとクネクネしてる先輩のあんな言葉を信じると思ったら残念でしょ。
Well, feel free to direct your doubts to the person in question. I'm happy she's here, but her excitement may not be enough to cure the psychological damage this whole situation is causing me. Mom, are you sure you can hire this many people at once? Not that I'm against you, just not to work here.
私は夏休みが終わった時に誰か一人でも残ってくれたら助かるかなって。
誰か一人。
Oh no! She has just uttered the words that marked the beginning of the Hunger Games. Is it just me or is an invisible storm brewing in here?
この場では完全にイサナさんが一枚上手だね。
ねえ。
何の話じゃ
みんな仲良くしましょうね。はい。
よろしくお願いいたします。
うわ
なんだか心臓に悪い光景だね。
さっきからおかんが止まらんのじゃが
Mom. Why is it so scary in here?
さーて誰が残ってくれるのかしらね。
If it is not obvious, I'm probably gonna try to do Shione route last. I guess I did a good job not waking anyone up. Step outside, stretch in the fresh morning air. It's just such a pleasant morning. Summer has just begun. Got up early for some reason, so I decided to take a stroll around the neighborhood. Got into one little fight on my mouth. A few hours ahead of the hustle and bustle to come. At the moment, it is peaceful. The only sounds my ears can pick up are the birds singing, the rhythmical waves of the ocean. The ocean sparkles like a giant prism reflecting the morning sunlight. You can see surfers riding the waves in the distance, and even further away, a long row of turbines cutting through the wind with pointed blades. Children run past me from behind, frolicking with laughter. How energetic they are. Morning, be careful not to trip and fall. What memories flash through my mind as I watch them turn around and wave their tiny hands toward me. Get up, protect you. The face of my childhood friend with whom I may count as memories or the Awashiro shrine where those children seem to be heading. I mean, I'm more liable to pick that, considering the way you talked about the other two. It's like they seemingly were also childhood friends until they fell out. Like, not fell out, just like had less contact. It sounds like they were doing a lot at the shrine, but quite frankly, I don't know what to pick here. So I'm just fucking entrusted to the whims of fate. Yes is childhood friend, no is Awashiro Shrine. It is saying the no. Awashiro Shrine. I must be going to the Awashiro Shrine. During some break, all the local kids go there in the morning to do radio calisthenics. Stamp card they're carrying around their necks sure bring back memories. I don't know why I'd gone to such lengths just to collect the attendance stamps back in the day. Yeah, because it was held at the Awashiro Shrine. I wonder if Kaede is there right now. Probably not doing exercise, of course, but it's so easy to imagine her in the shrine maiden outfit holding a bamboo broom to clean the garden while watching out for the children with a gentle smile. As for Cotton, she's most likely in bed wandering around in dream world. Or maybe he's watching the children from the window while whispering something like sacrificial offerings after a sleepless night. It's actually scary how probable that is. I'm not sure if there's such a convenient window inside that she is not the family house though. Well, I'm already here anyway. Maybe taking a stroll to the shrine isn't such a bad idea. Gotta make sure they don't mistake me for some pedo creeping on children though. Suddenly feel your gaze from behind me that pulls me back to reality. Turn around. There was something there just now, wasn't there? What am I talking about? I can still see her clear as day. Realizing I'm staring at her, she only looks down in an attempt to hide her reddened face, but she still can't resist throwing glances at me repeatedly. She's shy about something again, isn't she? Out of sight, relax. I thought someone was watching, but there isn't anyone around. Just my imagination, I guess. Just kidding. Did I wake you up when I left the room? She said something. I'm only out for a walk. You weren't sure whether I was going and where I was going and couldn't find the right timing, huh? Should have realized earlier, my bad. Tried to match her pace as we walked, so it took quite some time, but we still managed to make the trip. Even though I had no clear destination in mind, being with her someone pulled me to this place. God fucking damn it. Open. There we go. Anyways, it was 39:20. Let's do this. Memory we made here was quite intense once I can see how it drew me here. Speaking of which, I haven't heard her sing ever since that night. Singing one was so beautiful I could literally see it materializing into glittering lights. But one day I could hear it again, really truly from the depths of my heart. The knowledge of her troubles and anxiety stopped me from voicing my desires. She knew I had been suffering so much. Who am I to make her fulfill my selfish request? Perhaps she's been singing somewhere I'm not aware of. That'd be a real relief. Even though I'd feel like I'm missing out and all.
まだ早い時間なのに釣りをされてる方すごくいますね。ですからまだ早い時間なのに釣りが
Oh, not really. At least you weren't supposed to make... No, I'm not supposed to make her nervous. Have you ever heard of the terms dawn fishing and dusk fishing?
朝まずめ
In general, it's easier to catch fish. It's easier to fish early in the morning and during sunset, even elsewhere or on lakes and such. Make a turn over there and you'll find a fish bait store that opens at 3 in the morning throughout the year except for the New Year holidays.
3時ですか
Since rocky shore fishing and boat fishing are also options here in Suminoe, you can pretty much catch them 24 hours a day all year long.
たくみさんもお好きなんですか
I guess. But it's mostly because it's really easy to enjoy yourself
そう
here.
なんですか
Wanna try it next time?
いいんですか
As long as you don't expect too much.
お願いします
Sure. I mean, you'll enjoy some squid fishing since it's pretty beginner oriented. So your excitement sure gives me the energy to make a nice plan for the occasion. But be prepared for when your hair gets all sticky from the salt in the water and the wind.
そっかそうですよね
Oh, that's quite a dramatic way to put it.
私の髪潮風を浴びると巻いちゃうから
Really? Can I touch it? The instant Shuna makes a sense of my words, she rudely grabs a lock of her hair and holds it up to me. Why are you closing your eyes?
そうでした
She raised her head to look at me, revealing her completely reddened face and teary eyes. The over-the-edge of nervousness is enough to make me feel sorry for her. I suspect that this worrying feeling is what hamster owners have to deal with. The fear that their beloved pets may die from stress. Does I'm about to turn down her offer, I have a premonition of the future. She's all depressed thinking that she's done something wrong. Oh yeah, you're right. End up touching her hair anyway, being extremely careful not to put any pressure on her. So delicate. She has her eyes shut even tighter now. Her hair's so thin and soft and the curls are especially mushy. I caress her hair with pulps on my fingers. She trembles slightly. I wonder if he'll develop vertical rolls in future. That's had a rough size to let go of her hair. Are you holding your breath?
お粗末様でした
No need to apologize, you've got such fine hair.
それでさっき最後なんて
Nothing at all. Take the chance to bury my silly comment deep in oblivion. Vertical rolls? What kind of idiot would say something like that there? Well, let's head back. I haven't seen the schedule, but I think everyone should be coming today. Okay, that was no more than a fluke, but it looks like I've successfully changed the topic. Let's go. We walk side by side back the way we came. Speaking of which...
そんなに見られると
Someone feels like we were able to talk for the first time in a long while today.
そんなことはないんじゃないかなと
Really? Well, living in the same roof does guarantee a certain amount of conversation. Mom and me be aside. Are you getting along with the others? Like Mizuka, Matsuri, and Kaede? Got into something else entirely, so I didn't feel the need to mention
そ
that.
の本当によくしてもらってますから
Glad to know. I don't know if it's just me, but it certainly feels like girls suddenly become best friends out of nowhere. I consider it was uncalled for, I guess. In that case, why don't you try to talk more frankly with them from now on?
どうすればいいでかな
Gonna take some time, huh? The Friends of Summer.
で相談っていうのはね昨 気がついたら私しおねちゃんと全然お話らしいお話をしてなくて。
Hey, wait up. That's totally different from what she said.
話が違う？
Never mind, keep going.
まあどうにかならないかなってだけなんだけどね。
I see. It's about one afternoon in midsummer. All the members of the swimming club have started working at Mermaid. The frequency at which they gather at my house has grown considerably. Music has come to ask me for advice in our designated break room, my living room. Except during rush hours, it's usually unnecessary for more than a few members to be at the store. That's why only Shion, Matsuri, and Kaden have shifts today. But of course, those three aren't the only ones here today.
ですからどうして新参者の白里先輩が遊泳部のイベントを仕切ろうとされてるんでしょう。
あなたに任せておけないからです。あれだけ最初が肝心と豪語しながら結局やったことは暑さ我慢大会とは。
あら、暑い暑いとこれ見よがしに服をはだけて匠を誘惑しようとしていたのはどこのどちら様でしたっけね。
そんなことしてません。あれは本当に限界で耐えられなかっただけです。してませんからね。
I know. Sure, from not simply to calm her down.
分かっていただければいいのです。
本当は分かってほしくないくせに。
あなた正体は地味猛量の類じゃないですか。
白里先輩の正体は恋する可愛い女の子ですけどね。
とにかく次の遊泳部の活動内容はよーく考えさせてもらいます。
上級生のパワハラだ。
我慢大会にセミ取り合戦、今時闇鍋だなんて下級生の応募もありましたけど。
てへ。
はい、許しません。
After the swim team completed the summer swimming competition, heated conversations like this between Kaida and Miyabi have become a new trend in the swimming club. I've been faithful to the motto to let the sleeping whatever lie and keep myself out of the trouble for the most part. By the way, we're now calling her Kaida-senpai by her own request after she said I'm the only one not being addressed by my first name. My attempts to resist only made things worse. I had no choice but to back down. To think that I had to compromise so much just to call a girl my age by her first name not so long ago. Don't let yourself be fooled, talk to me. Anyways, I'll save my concerns for another day.
確かに絵的に地味なイベントが続いたよね。絵日記を書く身としては。
Stop making things up. Anyway, just leave them be. We'll be going at it for a
だ
while.
ね。
Back on topic. You haven't been able to talk to Shione?
うん。
I talked to Shione earlier about something similar.
あ、そうなんだ。
She said she was getting along just fine with you.
あれ？
I did consider the possibility of Shione lying to me for an instant, but concluded otherwise. It's just a divergence of opinions, I think.
日本語でお願いします。
I mean, to someone as talkative as you, the amount of conversation between the two of you may feel less than adequate, but to a quiet girl like Shione, maybe it's already more than enough. Pretty confident in my verdict. Don't you agree?
そもそもしおねちゃんって無口なのかな？
I don't have proof or anything, but the proof is circumstantial. It's kind of out there already. She doesn't strike me as someone who's good at making conversation.
私にはおしゃべり好きそうに見えるんだけどな。いろんなことを体全部で受け止めて何倍にも大きくして跳ね返すようなイメージ？イメージというよりは直感かも。
And she has no reason to keep quiet, does she?
遠慮は感じるかな。あとは、そうだね。もっと単純に直接的な理由があるのかも。声が出ないとか出してるけど、自分の声が嫌いとか。
Sounds pretty extreme to me. The reason, what could it be? Perhaps it's something to do with that. Nah, I suppose I jump to conclusions. I've got a good sixth sense, but I still find it hard to agree with you this time.
別に信じなくていいよ。その分私がターくんを信じてるから。
What do you mean?
しおねちゃんともうちょっと仲良くなりたいの。手伝ってくれるよね。
Shit.
何が？
That's such an underhanded way to ask for a favor, yet I can't find any reason to refuse.
えへ。
Damn, we've only shouldn't have found you so unlikable.
仲良くなりたいって言ってるのに、なんてことを期待してるのもう。
Let's say that I'll help. What do you want me to
相
do?
談に乗ってくれたら嬉しいかな。
Fine, I'll stop you when Shione doesn't like something or if I find anything wrong.
お願いします。
So if you decide on what to do first.
携帯メールを送ろうと思うんだ。
Work's done today. I made it back to the house.
お疲れ様です。
Thanks very much. What's wrong? Are you tired?
いえ、別に。
If you're feeling troubled by something, feel free to let me know. I'm immediately struck by a sinking feeling. Huh? Am I forgetting
あ
something?
の、本当にいいですか？
Hold on. No.
ダメですか？
Lay it on me. My hands are tied as soon as she shows me that expression.
実は。
I remember it now. She even showed me her phone. On the screen is expected as a text from Mizuka. Try to focus on staying neutral, not letting my promise from Mizuka give me any biases. For Mizuka,
はい。
So you two have been chatting?
ほとんど初めてくらいです。
Just as I heard from Mizuka. Can I read it?
それは。
Right, it's a private message. Then can you at least tell me what's troubling you? Truth be told, Mizuka's already shown me the
なんだ
content.
か親しくて、もしかしたら私に間違えて送信したのかなって。
She explicitly addressed you as Shione-chan multiple times in the text, didn't she?
どうして知って？
Oh, it's simple. We're childhood friends, you see. I can tell even without looking. Did I just click on something?
幼馴染だから、私はてっきりさっきちょっと見えたのかなって。
Well, that too, just as you said.
そうなんですか？
I'm 100% positive. This is pretty awkward. How did you know for sure that the text was meant for you? Is there still a problem?
その、どう返したらいいのかなって。
Oh, you feel like it.
でも、
It's just Mizuka, isn't it? You don't need to hold anything back. Well, I admit I only think that because of our close relationship. If you don't feel like talking to her, just tell her so.
迷惑だなんてそんな。
I see. It's good to
返
know.
事したいんですけど、私気持ちとか伝えるの苦手ですから。
Perhaps my knowledge of the feud between her and her mother has made me overly perceptive, but the word bad she used might have implied something akin to
メー
scared.
ル返してもつまらないって思われないかなって。たくみさん、代わりに書いてもらえませんか？
No, I can't do something like that.
はい、分かってました。
As long as you write down her true feelings, the only thing that matters is whether she likes your reply or not. And even though I can't send a reply in your place, I can help you practice chatting. I'll reply to anything you send me.
いいんですか？
I mean, you don't have to if you don't like talking with me. She shakes her head repeatedly in objection. Okay, then maybe you should reply to her now, only if you feel like it.
頑張ってみます。
That night. Mizuka.
しお
Hello.
ねちゃんから返事来た。
Excellent.
それでね、それでね。
Somehow I feel like I've become a cupid for the two of you.
いらっしゃいま、いらっしゃいま。水香さん、どうぞ。しおねちゃんこそ。
って何ご ご来店してくださったお客様を困惑させたまま笑ってお見合いされてるんですか？お客様、お待たせいたしました。お席にご案内させていただきます。お仕事の先輩お二人には後でお説教しますから、今は一生懸命働いてくださいね。
すみません。ごめんなさ
I blame sheer coincidence for having witnessed such a scene.
いやー、白里先輩すっかりバイトリーダーね。
What kind of position is that? Did you just make it up?
それにしてもしおねちゃんと水香の間がこのところどうもただならないような。
And you're too perceptive for your own good. Why are you looking at me like that?
血の雨でも降った？
Okay, I don't know how to come to that conclusion, but that's way off mark. A few days have passed since Mizuka and Shiona leveled up their relationship. Things are still pretty fresh with a certain level of awkwardness, so for now I'm just going to watch from the sidelines.
匠なんか知ってるでしょ。
While you're poking my chest all bashful, like, I guess it's not that hard for someone with a good intuition to realize something going on. But still, it's rare to see Mizuka doing her best to achieve something. It's my job to cover for her, isn't it?
い。注目。
やあ、匠。
Matsu and Karin, who are supposed to be on break still, suddenly made their appearance. What are you two doing here?
何時には今まで進路をかけた。すまなく思う。実はな、中木もうすうすと察しておった通り、わわわは最近悩んでおったのだ。
Oh, really? I had absolutely no idea.
そして私にも悩んでいることがあってね。
What do you want from me out of nowhere?
うん。まあ、本当は特にないんだけど、適当に話を合わせれば彼女が口を割ると思って。
I don't think spilling the beans is supposed to be mutual.
いや、大丈夫。
Matsuri then turns to Karin without the decency to explain what's so okay about a blasphemy.
たばかったのか、性悪
私はそう思っていたというだけの話さ。
め。何？
世界5分前仮説というのを知っているかな？
なんじゃそのワクワクする響きは。
あ、食いついた。
思い当たる悩みがないのに私がそう誘導したのは、私でない何者かの大いなる意志のせいかもしれない。
Oh,
偶
Lord.
然にもこの場には大いなる意志に匹敵する存在もあるようだしね。
注目。
I know, she's underestimating your power. I'll help you teach her a
なん
lesson.
か称えられたらしいことは分かったのじゃが。
Oh, come on. She doesn't understand anything at all.
要はまつりちゃんが悩みがあるといった事実すらかりんちゃんの巨大な闇の力に操られてじゃないかって言っ。
わわはそんなことしておらぬぞ。
確かに相談したいという潜在的な欲求で無意識のうちに力を駆使している。強大すぎる力を持った者にはよくあることだよ。
お
I don't know why, but I feel so sorry for her. How many of her words did Karin manage to process? I guess Miyabi's partly to blame for taking things in that direction, though.
そうか。わわは誰かに相談したかったのか。
By the way, if she were to ask, I'd explain her whole situation in one sentence. You're being played. Brother, being cheated and being played aren't the same thing.
話を戻そう。
Haha.
私たちお互いに悩みがあるという話だったね。そこで匠に相談してみようかなと提案したら、
重木はわわわの所有物だからな。わわわのものであるからして所有権を主張した。
Oh, well, thank you for talking about behind my back.
妥協して先に相談する権利になったけどね。
I'll decide things on that, like that without asking, I'll change their attitudes. I think it's nothing serious.
で悩みって何なの？
I guess it's all good since Miyabi's attention himself wanted from Mizuka and Shione for this.
実は姉御様のことじゃ。
Karin seems hesitant for a
これ
moment.
まで巧妙に隠してきたが、姉御様はわわわの正体に気づいているのではなかろうか。
You're only realizing this now?
一瞬。
というか巧妙に隠していたつもりだったのね。
この子ちょっと怖い。
言い過ぎじゃろ。
そうでもないと思うけど。
長穂はや
Give her a break, William. She's about to
から
cry.
かいすぎたかな。
Not an ounce of regret.
めえ。下等生物どもが根も葉もない嘘でわわわを苦しめる。
いやーどうもまだ現実が見えてないみたいだけど。
かたくなだね。
You may actually have to make her cry at this point. Things are getting a bit rowdy.
力を貸してくれ重木。
Even if you ask, there's not much I can do. Then I suddenly come to a realization. That's right, the 5-minute world hypothesis.
それがどうかしたか？
Why don't you use your almighty power to change the world and, or rather alter your sister's
そ
memory?
れは
The expression tells me she isn't completely on board.
それしかないか。
Seems as though she doesn't have a choice. Now close your eyes and focus.
分かっておる。
Kind of closes her eyes and falls into a deep meditation.
匠にしては愛のないいなし方じゃないかな。
うんうん。
More importantly, could you two do me a favor?
おい、何をこそこそ話しておる。わわわは陰口とかめっぽう気になる方じゃぞ。
We're not doing anything of the sort. Send Miyabi and Matsuri off on their way to carry out my plan. Are you done altering the
結
world?
構手間がかかる。というと、わわわが小物みたいじゃな。この程度わわわにかかればあと少しじゃ。
Rather than altering the world, I suppose she's squeezing every single brain muscle to come up with a story that could help keep the status quo. You said she found out about your identity, yeah? Right? What's your sister do, Connor? Don't open your eyes. The ritual's going to
中
fail.
木がやぶから棒なことを抜かすからじゃろ。姉御様は姉御様じゃ。
That's not it. I'm talking about your feelings towards her.
言えるかバカ者。恥ずかしい。
So that means she has feelings for her sister that are so embarrassing she can't put it into words. Right at that moment, Matsuri and me would make their way back. I was hoping Karin could give me just a bit more.
好きじゃん姉御様のことは。少し考えたが、これに関しては嘘はつけん。こんなわわわだがな。
Mood has gone somewhat somber, but I know I'm not supposed to let it end here. You know, you're so... what? Please tell me in detail.
どういう意味じゃ。
Like, I know I'm so powerful that a single finger of mine can engulf the whole world in darkness or something like that.
それも間違ってはおらぬな。
I try to combine that with what you said
な
before.
んでじゃ。
Just do it.
うん。
She pauses and takes in a deep breath as if trying to set the right
姉御
mood.
様のことは好きじゃ。こんな指先一本で世界を闇に包むことのできるわわわだがな。なんじゃこ
No, something inside her just snapped. The girl is on fire with eyes wide open.
私も好きよ。世界が書き換わったね。さすがカリン様。
おめでとう。
心ない拍手が。
I had Matsuri and Miyabi bring Kaede here while you had your eyes closed, so she could hear your honest feelings.
聞かせてもらったわ。
中
I'll be frank, but this whole thing has been like telling someone they have terminal cancer. It's super uncomfortable. Kaede Senpai has known about Karen's condition for a long time now, and that fact's gradually becoming apparent to Karen herself. Karen was scared her sister would look at her differently, unable to confirm whether or not that fear was valid. I'd heard from both sides. After that, it was only a matter of setting the stage once Karen asked for my help.
カリン、
お姉ちゃん。
大丈夫。無理強いとかしないから、しっかりと治していきましょう。困った病気は。
全然分かっておらんぞこの女。
的確に把握していると思うけど。
ほら、姉に向かってこの女とは何ですか。
Mission complete.
ありがとうございます。
あ、重いのよ重木。地獄の放火がどれだけ熱いか身に教えてやる。
Fine, mission complete, but with some casualties. I'll do my best to create the opportunity. They have to clear the rest themselves. Same applies to Mizuka and Chione too, I guess. Sure hope things are going well for them. Speaking of which,
まだ何か問題が残っているかい？
not really. I just wonder what I'd have to deal with if you were the first to ask for advice instead of.
ああ、今晩私の空腹は肉バラかな魚バラかなって聞こうと。
I give her my advice after thinking about it for a good long while. And the day has finally come.
ついに明日しおねちゃんとデートに行ってきます。
Decided to shoot your shot, have you?
二人のシフトの後にね。
You've gone pretty close.
私の彼女だからね。ター君にはあげないんだから。
Fine, fine. Say what? You turned her down?
どうしてもまだちょっと。
I see. That's unfortunate. Musica must be quite depressed right now. Gotta cheer her up later. Wait, Shune, you're the one crying? No one's blaming you for anything. I understand how you feel, and I'm sure Musica does too.
ごめんなさい。
You told her clearly over the phone, didn't you? It'll be fine.
たーくん、おはよ
Quite cheerful today, ain't
う。
you?
ああ、しおねちゃんのこともう超ショックだよ。
Step back then like you're fine. Cry when you feel like it. Your childhood friends here to lend you a shoulder.
だってここで私になんかあったら関係なくてもきっとしおねちゃんが気に病んじゃうから、そんなの絶対嫌だもん。
Such a good girl you are.
たーくんが知らなかっただけだよ。おはようございます。うん、おはようしおねちゃん。あ、そうだ、ごめんなさい。先に着替えちゃいますから。ああ、また元通りになっちゃうのかな。
Nah, she just doesn't know how to react. I'm sure she didn't mean anything
なん
bad.
てね、わかってるよ。たーくん、
Yes.
今日しおねちゃん見ててあげてね。もしかしたら何かミスっちゃうかもしれないから。
Leave it
じゃあ
to me.
私も着替えてくるね。
You can start heading towards the dressing room. I get pretty worried whenever you're like that, you know, Musica. Guess I'll keep an eye on how you're chilling today. Don't force yourself too much. Well, it's about time I got ready myself. That was Musica's voice from the dressing room. Musica, what happened, Musica?
ごめん、なんでもないからちょっと虫が出ただけ。
I know you aren't one to scream over some bug. What happened?
あげます。
You aren't looking so well, are you?
そんなことないよ。それよりしおねちゃんを呼んできてくれる？
Shuna, that was pretty awkward back there. Something
いい
happened.
から。
Okay. For a request, I've started looking around for Shione. After that, our work starts as usual, but things are clearly different.
いらっしゃいませ。お待たせいたしました。ご注文はお決まりでしょうか？
Please, for the love of God, hold the tray properly, woman. The fucking cake is going to fall off. First glance, they may look the same as usual, always, but Shione and Mizuga are definitely sticking together. May go different ways as required by the job at hand, but they try to stay next to each other whenever possible. Besides, Shione would go to Mizuga's side whenever she has a chance, making trips back and forth between tasks. On the other hand, Mizuga's acting strange. Usually she would move so steadily with a flutter of her skirt that she would almost seem like she's dancing. Not seeing that today.
なに？たーくん。
Mizuga, you, huh?
たくみさん、ダメです。
Shuna cuts in to stop me from finishing my sentence. Not only that, she even raises her hand to push me
ダ
back.
メです。
Stop what?
事情は後で話すからね。
So some did happen. The concern ends up showing on my face. Are you really feeling okay, Mizuka? I'm gonna get angry later if you lie to me now.
それはないよ。大丈夫、大丈夫。
Are you sure? Let me check her forehead just to make sure.
ダメです。
Shuna, did I do something wrong?
ごめんなさい、たくみさん。でも、ダメなんです。
I have no idea what's going on. In the end, the whole day goes on like that without any development. But eventually, a shocking truth is revealed to me. You didn't wear what?
うん。
She nods somewhat embarrassed.
朝ね、気合い入れようと思って水でシャワーを浴びてきたんだけど、たーくん、そんなまじまじとスカートを見つめられると。
Oops, sorry. Reflexively apologized, Mizuku is trying to restrain her skirt. What could have...
私のせいなんです。
Shuna. She's right. One thing must have led to another. But a bizarre result caught all of my attention. Shuna may be a bit clumsy today, huh? Looks like you were getting a little ahead of yourself.
そうだね。
God, I want to get mad at you, but it's so silly I can't find anything to say.
一応、絆創膏は貼ったんだよ。
Yeah, and that's almost nothing?
だって、しおねちゃんならフォローしてくれると思ったし、非常事態だったし、たーくんもさっき言ったよ。間抜けで何も言う気なくなっちゃうかなって。
I have to get mad at you after all, or else you won't have the slightest idea how worried I was. Unbelievable. I had a dozen other ways to do something about it, but I bet you decided to go with the riskiest option just to have an excuse to rely on Shione. Even if that's the case, she could have secretly put on something midway, but no. She just had to go through with it because she didn't want to lie to Shione. That's why I'm so mad right
もう
now.
怒らなくてもいいじゃない
You're asking the impossible.
お二人ともター君には関係ないでしょ
Maybe so, but I still have my responsibilities and feelings. Do you expect me to just watch and do nothing while bad things happen to you?
落ち着いてほしいなって何よター君なんて見慣れてるくせにこの間だってほら
Yeah, I did, but that was a different... Shiona slipping away, looking like a smiling statue.
しおねちゃん待って誤解だよ
Well, there's much to misunderstand in this case. We have no excuse. The three of us decide to walk to the corner store to calm things down. I have to assume that Mizuka already did something about her inconspicuous lack of clothing, hopefully.
幼なじみ
All I saw were her panties. Only for an instant, it really wasn't, but so please don't think too much about it.
何より私たちが気にしてなかったんだから本当どうして気にしてなかった
Mizuka?
なんでもないなんでもないよ
What's going on? Two girls seem to have achieved some sort of communication completely unknown to me.
シンパシーです
If by that she means Mizuka deserves sympathy because just because I accidentally saw her panties, I'd have no choice but to jump into the sea while screaming out my apology.
でもみずかちゃんが私を頼ってくれたのは嬉しかったですごめんねこれからもお願いすると思うけど今日くらいのはちょっとですけどね
The cause may have been disastrous, but if that helps them get along better, I guess all is well. Keep my pace one step ahead of the girls while listening to their conversation.
ラララ
Inadvertently turn my head
ラ
back.
ラララララ
It's natural as breathing. Shiona's humming for us.
あーしおねちゃん声きれい歌うまい私の好きな歌なんですねえ歌詞ははいそのうちきっと聞いてもらえると思います
For the longest time, Shiona's been unable to, or even refusing to sing in front of other people. It tells me that her gesture right now must mean something very, very
ね
important.
えたーくんしおねちゃんこんなに歌うまいなんて知ってたたーくん泣いて
No way, you dork! I'm just
ない
yawning.
たくみさんは泣き虫さんですね
Whose fault do you think it is?
ありがとうございます
Shiona hops over and clings onto my left arm. Don't think you can play it off just by doing this. Let's pretend I didn't notice the smirk on my face as I said
たーくん私も
that. Didn't you say the day had nothing to do with me? As always, she only hears what's convenient for her. At that moment, a sudden gust of wind lifts Mitsuka's skirt up. Hey, why are you still not wearing anything? At least that wasn't CG. I didn't actually need to pull up the fucking censorship. I did it still, but because I'm fucking paranoid. But there was no actual need to. The employees of Mermaid are hard at work. Uh-oh. I stop what I'm doing upon hearing the metallic clang of falling silverware. Everyone's attention is naturally drawn towards the source of the sound. Hi, Cotton. Standing by the center of it all is...
お騒がせして
Never mind.
申し訳ございません
It's Matsuri. Apologies. I immediately raised my voice to back her up. Being a senior staff member here, it's the least I can do. Nonetheless, it's arguably less important than my other responsibility to stop customers from hitting on our waitresses, a problem which has doubled this summer. But that's an issue for another time. So you managed to catch the breakables?
片付けようと運んでいたら彼らが滑り落ちてしまったんだ頑張れ君たち
Let's not shift the blame onto the insentients, are you?
大丈夫だお心遣いありがとう
It's quite rare coming from you. you to be so careless.
なぜかみんなそう言うんだ。私ならそつなく何でもこなせると思い込んでいる。まったくそんなイメージだよ。東方等身大の女の子だと理解していただきたい。
You're enjoying it, aren't you?
わかるかい？
Obviously. It's nearly impossible to tell when Matsuri is joking or being serious as I let out a sigh.
たーくん大変。
Mizuka, what's
ご
wrong?
めんね、ちょっとこっち来て。
Right, it tells me it's something quite serious. Sure. Mizuka takes me through the service suites, past the kitchen, and finally inside the residential building. Hey, so it wasn't a customer complaining or anything?
ここ。
Or something?
いやー、さすがに写生会は夏休み中の部活のイベントとしてどうでしょうね。
そちらこそ柿ピーを種とピーナッツに分け続けるとかもはや考える気もないではありませんか。
もう悩むのが面倒になってきちゃって。
人の提案に文句はつけるくせにあなたって方は。
大切なのは何をするかではなく誰とするかだと思うんです。
では私の案で異論はないはずじゃありませんか。
なんていうか遊びがないんですよね。白里先輩って何が楽しくて毎日生きてられるんですか？あ、もしかして私が知らないだけで教科書って食べられたりします？
私今コケにされてますよね。怒っていいところですよね。
というわけなんだけど。
Yep, I think I understand the situation. So in short, she wants me to do something about these two. Wait a minute. Somehow I feel like I've seen this exact same conversation just a little while earlier. But our quarrel's been going on all this time. Anyway, we can't have Kaiden and Yabi take breaks at the same time anymore.
仲直りの握手は？
I'm not paid enough for that. As I turn my heels around, intending to go back to the shop.
人情沙汰かな。
Could you please tone your imagination down a little? Doing that makes me feel guilty for giving up.
こら重木、主たるわわわを働かせておいて何をサボっておる。
あれ、みんなどこ行っちゃったんですか？
One after another, huh?
これはスピード解決が望ましいね。
Figures even Matsuri's come as well. With that, Mom's now the last bastard keeping the shop afloat.
あれ、何？
何かあったのですか？
Surrounded by the whole cast, the two are baffled on knowing they're the center of attention. There's a quick and surefire way to sort out this mess. We just need to decide on what to do this summer, don't we? At times like these, the least privileged members of the community are prioritized.
家族だと兄弟の一番下の子だね。
That means Karin.
わわわの出番だということは。
You're blocking the way, so step aside for Shione.
おい重木、さては目が節穴じゃな。
Dear Master, be reasonable and move, please. The Great Master moans pitifully as her loyal servant grabs her collar and pulls her to the side. The way I treat Karin has become rather, intimate as of late. So, is there anything you want to do with Shione?
思いついたこと何でもいいんじゃないかな。
思いついたこと何でもいいんじゃないかな。
Why'd you copy her?
いや深い意味はない。ただ彼女の心を開いたのは私という空気にしてみたかった。それだけさ。
That's a rough sell. That's a tough sell, I mean. Matsuri's just being Matsuri, I guess. Seems overly conscious about Matsuri now.
しかもひどく困惑されてますけど。
Fine, let's do another take. Mizuka?
思いついたこと何でもいいんじゃないかな。
思いついたこと
思いついたことを何でもいいんじゃないかばー。
Stop screwing around. You guys are giving her a hard time. Ignoring the last one, by the way.
ちょっと不思議に思ってたことならあるんですけど。何？
Acting like nothing's happened. Shione, you've grown strong. I nod contentedly to myself. But aside,
皆さん、海には行かれないんですか？こんなに近くにあるのに。
ああ、それは私も少し気になっていた。
transit students' notion makes us locals raise our eyes to look at one another.
海。
The beach, huh?
そんなものもあったよね。どうしてそんな反応なんです？
Shione is wide-eyed in belief, while the oceanic natives shrug as if it's the most obvious thing ever.
なんといっても私たちは海のある生活に慣れてしまっているから
行動選択肢を上げるときは機械的に登場するが、実際に行くという発想は失せておったな。
子供の頃から5万と遊んでるしね。
なるほど。聞いてみるとそんなものなのかもしれないね。
わかりました。でしたら別のことを考えましょう。
Nah, let's go to the beach.
ちょうどいい機会だしね。
目的を持って海に行こうなんて何年ぶりかしら。
危険な試みじゃがよかろう。私そんなつもりじゃ。だったら買いに行こうよ。行こうよ。私もしおねちゃんの着る水着一緒に選びたいな。ねえ、お手伝いさせて。ちらっ。
Yes, I noticed a glance, but I'm not going, obviously. Give me a break. The ladies' swimsuit corner is just too much. I don't have the courage to go in there. Place filled with young girls in their cheerful chit-chats, bikinis everywhere. Try putting me in the middle of such a scene. I'd be committing an outright crime no matter where my gaze wandered, and I don't think I could stand the cold glares I'd be getting.
ネットで買うならクリック一つだから、ディスプレイを覗き込んで好みを漏らすだけで済むよ。
Don't put it that way. Rather, are you really going to buy one online?
一応猫ハムまで出ようかなって思ってたんだけど。
私も行こう。
You adapt so well to any situation, Matsuri.
そういう選択肢もあったというだけの話さ。
By the way, Nekohama is a big town. It's about 30 minutes by train from Suminoe. To be precise, it's one of the government-designated cities. It even has its own bullet train station. The shopping district by the station there is a far cry from Suminoe's, with rows of big buildings featuring all sorts of stores. I'm sure they'd have a hard time flooded with too many options for swimsuits.
買い物目的で外出するのも久しぶりだし、いいだろう。なんだかやたらと不健康そうな発言が聞こえましたけど。
猫ハマならわわわも行くぞ。
What's to do with you being all excited like
欲
that?
するものがあるのよ。ネット通販ではどうにもならないものでな。前々から機会を伺っておったのじゃ。
What's been keeping you from going then?
最強の闇の眷属とはいえ苦手なものくらいある。
Like the sun, the crowds, things like that?
駅の自動改札機、あいつすぐ閉まる。そして鳴る。わわわわ、やつが怖い。
そういえばこの子、小さい頃自動改札機に止められて泣いてたことがありました。なるほど、トラウマなんだ。
一回でもやっちゃった人なら共感してもらえるかもしれない話だね。あと路線の乗り換えがようわからん。
No, you don't. Oh, that's too bad.
なんじゃ、ご主人様に対してその慈しむようなね。
For you, sad face.
違うぞ。わわわが本気を出したらひとっ飛びじゃ。じゃがそうするととんだ風圧で猫浜は壊滅してしまう。よいか、わわわの慈悲なのじゃぞ。
I know. Here, I'll give you a good pat on the head. Oh, hey. It is 1 minute past midnight. Happy birthday to me. Well, technically it's like 3 more hours until I was actually born.
まあ中木がどうしてもしたいというなら。
当然私も行く。で過半数超えたから先輩と匠も強制決定ね。
Kaede has to study for exams, so don't force it on her.
私はカリンが行くなら構いませんけど。
Senpai, I'm not Kaden, so please don't stare at me like that. That is your sister.
主、中木、契約、ありというあり。
Why is my OCD master sulking now? Those are some scary words.
そうでしたわね。私ったら。
Now Kaede is waving her hand up and down as if she's trying to put out an invisible fire.
匠さんも。
Just have fun. Like I said, I won't be going to the swimsuit store.
ああ、よかったね、しおねちゃん。まあまあ、たーくんはああ言ってるけど、言っちゃえばこっちのものですから。
泣こうがわめこうがギヒヒ。
Stop your scheming.
じゃあそういうことでみんなの次の休みが重なった時に猫浜市に遊びに行くということで。
そして海か。
What's wrong, Matsuri?
もう、実は自分でもこの問題をどう捉えようか、また機会があったら話すよ。
Say what? I'm not sure what she means by
で
that.
も、そんなにすぐみんなのお休みが重なるかな。
大丈夫よ。店長は理解ある人だし、こういう時のために日頃真面目に働いている。あれ
Like right now?
そういえば今って。
まあずいぶん賑やかね。
お母様。
今どさくさで変な呼び方した子誰？とりあえずみんなお店の方を手伝ってくれる？今日は珍しく全員がシフトに入っている意味を考えたら、どんな惨劇が待ってるか簡単に想像できると思うの。はい、ただいま。で、匠は今晩母さんと添い寝ね。
Why do I and only I have to be punished in such a cruel way?
違うわよ。匠の中にわずかでもあるフラグの目を母さんとの思い出で根こそぎ摘み取るだけだもの。
The swimsuit beauties, apparently.
ああ、なんだかんだで久々だわ、猫浜。
Yeah, you can enjoy it for a whole day, another day at the very least. Because I hope you guys enjoyed. So I want to see you next time. Bye bye. This is the second part in the row where I have to fucking end the part on this motherfucker. Bish, move! You're a goddamn gremlin and not in the good way. Bye.